everybody.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas at NRG Stadium in Houston. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Houston Texans. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a former Tar Heel, Giovanni Bernard. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Now that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run, they made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
Now a carry for Bernard. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So now the Cincinnati native, also former Bearcat, and now a Bengal, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Taken in at the 22. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Throwing now, Osweiler on 1st down. Setting up the screen from Miller. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
What really hurts defenses on screen passes is that they eat up one of their levels right away. Because you know most defenses, 3 levels: D-line, linebacker, secondary. But on screen pass, you're inviting the defensive line to get past them, and you throw the ball.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called, and you want...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. John Simon in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now,
or
very
lights
quickly.
out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Now Dalton. And the grab by Croft. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Here we go with 2nd and 7. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Dalton gives to Bernard, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Again, here's Bernard. Penalty marker is down here, and he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter.
Holding offense.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll run again with Bernard. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a second and long to start things out. Dalton throwing on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Brandon Tate was the intended receiver. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. Here's Kevin Huber now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on third down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And that's a guy, Lamar Miller, from Miami. Went to the University of Miami, was playing for the Dolphins, but now moved to the Lone Star State. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Out of the pistol look, it's Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. From the gun on third down, Osweiler. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll try and run again with Bloom. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Personal foul. Face mask.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go again with blue. And past the 30 down to about the 27. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Simple slant route, and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
From the red zone now, here's Osweiler on first down. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And this seemingly endless drive continues.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
His throw caught at about the 5. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it.
Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And heading back onto the field now. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Second down, Dalton. Caught right side, Tate. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Dalton now to pass. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard. And quickly they get to the line. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Dalton. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And Larry apparently very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Throwing now, Osweiler on first down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Again on 2nd and 10 now. It's Osweiler. And he comes back with one complete. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Osweiler will throw again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
All right, here we go.
On 3rd and goal, Osweiler. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Throwing, Osweiler. His pass caught at the 4. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
380.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And caught right side, Green. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And that is Allen, still down following the play. Appears to be shaken up. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
It's a gain of 5. They come out here in the eye. Now Bernard. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
When people see Vince Wilfork, they don't think about his versatility, do they? But we've seen that throughout his career where he's actually played some defensive end as well as his expected defensive tackle in those tackle positions. Strength, great quickness inside that allows him to make plays in the offensive backfield.
Absolutely a run stopper. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Set 380. 380.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. And they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. To throw here, Dalton. And a right side completion here by LaFell. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. And no, it's incomplete. Marvin Lewis tries for it, but comes up empty. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Brock Osweiler now heading out there to get set to go here on offense. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they've made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling.
Here we go.
They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing him all sorts of trouble.
Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Houston. Jalen Strong, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Here's Dalton. He drops it off for Bernard. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Wide 20. Wide 20.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Offense needs 11. Have to think pass here on 3rd down. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And there's a flag on the field. And that is incomplete.